Hey everyone, we're back with another reaction video, and today we're checking out George Carlin talking about saving the planet.
Yay, I'm so happy whenever I react to George Carlin.
Me too, man. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
See, I'm not one of these people who's worried about everything. You got people like this around you. Country's full of them now. People walking around all day long, every minute of the day, worried about everything. Worried about the air, worried about the water, worried about the soil.
Really?
Worried about insecticides, pesticides, food additives, carcinogens. Worried about radon gas, worried about asbestos. Worried about saving endangered species. Let me tell you about endangered species, all right? Saving endangered species is just one more arrogant attempt by humans to control nature. It's arrogant meddling. It's what got us in trouble in the first place. Doesn't anybody understand that? Interfering with nature. Over 90%, way over 90% of all the species that have ever lived on this planet, are gone.
Oof, man, yeah.
They're extinct.
Really?
We didn't kill them all. They just disappeared.
Yeah.
That's what nature does. They disappear these days at the rate of 25 a day. And I mean regardless of our behavior. Irrespective of how we act on this planet, 25 species that were here today will be gone tomorrow.
Whoa.
Let them go gracefully. Leave nature alone. Haven't we done enough? We're so self-important. So self-important. Everybody's going to save something now. Save the trees, save the bees, save the whales, save those snails. And the greatest arrogance of all, save the planet. What? Are these fucking people kidding me? Save the planet? We don't even know how to take care of ourselves yet. We haven't learned how to care for one another. We're going to save the fucking planet? I'm getting tired of that shit. Tired of that shit.
Arrogant behavior.
I'm tired of fucking Earth Day. I'm tired of these self-righteous environmentalists, these white bourgeois liberals who think the only thing wrong with this country is there aren't enough bicycle paths. People trying to make the world safe for their Volvos. Besides, environmentalists don't give a shit about the planet. They don't care about the planet. Not in the abstract, they don't. Not in the abstract, they don't. You know what they're interested in? A clean place to live. Their own habitat. They're worried that someday in the future they might be personally inconvenienced. Narrow, unenlightened self-interest doesn't impress me. Besides, there is nothing wrong with the planet. Nothing wrong with the planet. The planet is fine. The people are fucked. Difference. The planet is fine. Compared to the people, the planet is doing great. It's been here 4.5 billion years. Did you ever think about the arithmetic? Planet has been here 4.5 billion years. We've been here, what, 100,000? Maybe 200,000? And we've only been engaged in heavy industry for a little over 200 years. 200 years versus 4.5 billion. And we have the conceit to think that somehow we're a threat? That somehow we're going to put in jeopardy this beautiful little blue-green ball that's just a-floating around the sun? The planet has been through a lot worse than us. Been through all kinds of things worse than us. Been through earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics, continental drift, solar flares, sunspots, magnetic storms, the magnetic reversal of the poles, hundreds of thousands of years of bombardment by comets and asteroids and meteors, worldwide floods, tidal waves, worldwide fires, erosion, cosmic rays, recurring ice ages, and we think some plastic bags and some aluminum cans are going to make a difference?
Wow.
The planet.
When you think about it.
Wow.
The planet isn't going anywhere. We are.
We are. Oh my God, I knew it.
We're going away. Pack your shit, folks. We're going away. We won't leave much of a trace either. Thank God for that.
Oof.
Maybe a little styrofoam. Maybe. Little styrofoam. Planet will be here and we'll be long gone. Just another failed mutation. Just another closed-end biological mistake. An evolutionary cul-de-sac. The planet will shake us off like a bad case of fleas. A surface nuisance.
Yeah.
You want to know how the planet's doing? Ask those people at Pompeii who are frozen into position from volcanic ash how the planet's doing. Want to know if the planet's all right? Ask those people in Mexico City or Armenia or 100 other places buried under thousands of tons of earthquake rubble. if they feel like a threat to the planet this week.
Ooh.
How about those people in Kilauea, Hawaii, who build their homes right next to an active volcano and then wonder why they have lava in the living room? The planet will be here for a long, long, long time after we're gone, and it will heal itself, it will cleanse itself, because that's what it does. It's a self-correcting system. The air and the water will recover, the earth will be renewed,
Wow.
and if it's true that plastic is not degradable, well, the planet will simply incorporate plastic into a new paradigm, the earth plus plastic.
You know what? It could be.
The earth doesn't share our prejudice towards plastic. Plastic came out of the earth. The earth probably sees plastic as just another one of its children.
So
Could be the
true.
only reason
Wow.
the earth allowed us to be spawned from it in the first place. It wanted plastic for itself. Didn't know how to
Oof. Wow.
You're too much,
in the
George.
first place. It wanted plastic for itself. Didn't know how to make
Well,
it.
yeah.
Needed us.
Didn't know how to make
Could
it.
be the answer to our age-old philosophical question, why are we here?
To make
Plastic. Assholes. So, the plastic is here. Our job is done. We can be phased out now. And I think that's really started already, don't you? I mean, to be fair, the planet probably sees us as a mild threat, something to be dealt with. And I'm sure the planet will defend itself in the manner of a large organism, like a beehive or an ant colony can muster a defense. I'm sure the planet will think of something. What would you do if you were the planet trying to defend against this pesky, troublesome species? Let's see. What might... Viruses. Viruses might be good. They seem vulnerable to viruses. And viruses are tricky, always mutating and forming new strains whenever a vaccine is developed. Perhaps this first virus could be one that compromises the immune system of these creatures. Perhaps a human immunodeficiency virus, making them vulnerable to all sorts of other diseases and infections that might come along. And maybe it could be spread sexually, making them a little reluctant to engage in the act of reproduction. Well, that's a poetic note. And it's a start. And I can dream, can't I? See, I don't worry about the little things. Bees, trees, whales, snails. I think we're part of a greater wisdom than we will ever understand. A higher order. Call it what you want. Know what I call it? The big electron. The big electron. Whoa. 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 It doesn't punish. It doesn't judge at all. It just is. And so are we. For a little while. Thanks for being here with me for a little while tonight. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Goosebumps. Wow.
Thank you. You in New York City, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of somebody else. Thank you. Good night.
What a man.
This man really speaks my mind. Like everything I think of, he just say it in a very eloquent way, and I mean, I don't get enough of listening to him.
No.
Ever. Wow.
Very wise.
I love
Come
this
on,
clip.
man.
It's very wise. It's
The
very
wisdom you
genius.
get from him and the way.
In a
the
way,
way, the delivery.
in a comic way.
Man.
Oof. I love him so much.
There was one
I really love
moment
him.
in the video where all the people were talking together at him and with him. You know, like, I don't know, shouting and things like that and being like interactive with him. But then, when he began talking about how we're all gonna fade, how we're all gonna die, how we are a really, really tiny threat to how everything is going, you know, like the earth will shake us off, you know. And then everyone were all ears.
In fact, he said some points, I really wanted to remember them, to say them. He talked about if humans are gone from Earth, you know, the air will be like recovered again, the water and everything. And it actually happened.
It happened
like It happened during COVID, like we have seen it.
Okay.
We have seen the before and the after, you know, when humans like were sitting at home during quarantine.
Yeah. Like how the pollution dropped and the levels of
and then
dropped.
animals, they roamed
Invaded
the streets again. So like we've seen it, and he said, I was waiting for this day to happen. And actually this clip was from the 90s.
Yeah, before it happened.
Yeah, before the COVID. So it actually happened.
When he talked about viruses, I immediately thought about COVID. COVID. But then he talked about the AIDS and
when he said they are vulnerable humans. So what can I do just to get rid of them? I can give them some virus and they
won't even notice it.
Yeah, and it's like it mutates all the time, so it's very effective. It's gonna get rid of them so easily. The Earth can really the planet can really get rid of humans. That's what I think the surface of the planet is like. We are those tiny creatures that are doing harm, not a bigger harm like we might think, but comparing to Earth, we are nothing.
We are nothing.
And he actually said.
Yeah, and what George already mentioned many times in the video, and I think what he actually meant while talking about us, how vulnerable we are, and how Earth can like shake us off like fleas. Maybe he meant that Earth will not go away. Earth will forever be here until, I don't know, it clashes with any other thing. And we are coming in a very short window, and whatever we do, it will impact humanity and the animals and all life on Earth, but not Earth.
Not Earth.
We are thinking in a wrong way. I think that's what he was trying to deliver all the time. Like, we are thinking about Earth. We should be thinking about how we should live healthy. This is why we should engage in lowering the emission and the air pollution, water pollution.
Backfire at us.
It will kill only the humans and the animals and life, and not Earth, not the rock.
Like the planet has been through a lot, like he said. Everything.
It will adapt. It will stay. It won't go away.
Yeah, like we are visitors on Earth. Like we are organisms on planet Earth. Actually, we're not like some special beings born from an entity or some divine creature. We are here by through evolution, and
we are made from the most abundant elements in the universe. We're not that unique.
Yeah, we're not that unique. We're not that rare. So we just came here. It was how do you say it, convenient for us to be living on Earth, not on Mars. Maybe Mars was, a habitable planet, but it's no longer. I don't know what happened. And not Venus or Mercury, or So it's called it has a name, Goldilocks.
We are talking.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
If you compare our time, our living time as humans, on Earth, comparing to the universe or Earth, we will be like here, born and gone in a fraction of a second.
True. So
we might as well.
He really speaks my mind.
Yeah.
With each and every video, I really I know how he drops truth bombs all the time, But every time I listen to him, I feel like I'm being educated and, in a funny way. So he slaps you and makes you laugh, and then I can listen to him forever.
He has a very unique way of delivering the content.
He's a genius.
Yeah, like you can't call him a comedian or a stand-up comedian. I call him an educator while being funny and while being like a father or your older brother or your father.
Because all his prophecies are getting fulfilled.
No, it's not because he saw anything in the future, because he realizes,
he looks at reality and then he projects to the future. I mean, when he talked about the virus, it actually happened in 2020. So
and in the other in the other video when we talked about he talked about the soft language, like how you sugarcoat everything, and here you see it.
We are living it.
Well, you are. Man, you're a man of the future, and
can't wait for next video.
Ever die. Man, I think we had enough. Now we're gonna have to wrap it up. For any recommendation, make sure to drop down a comment below, and don't forget to like the video.
And of course, our journey with George Carlin will definitely continue, so stay tuned for more.